today I have a look for you that will take us from a daytime look to a nighttime look, which is the one that I'm wearing. I'm using the 88 color palette, and I really enjoy this palette because it has a lot of nice colors that are very wearable, but can also be taken into another level of drama with the blacks and the browns that it has. So I really enjoy that palette. And the most beautiful part of this tutorial is that I'm not going to be using any brushes, because sometimes we just don't carry any brushes with us, or the ones that we have are dirty or whatever, you know. So let's do a look, a daytime look into a nighttime look using an STA. Yes, a sponge tip applicator. That's what I used for this look, and I didn't use any brushes. So just stay tuned for the tutorial. So I'm going to start by applying my base, which is very important because the whole purpose of this is to make it last for the whole day. Now I'm just going to use the sponge tip applicator that comes with the palette. I'm going to be using this beige sandy color here, and I'm going to pat it on generously my inner half of the eye, just like that. And then with the other side, I'll use an olive green. This is not too dark. I'm just going to be using light colors, and I'm going to apply it like in a winged shape from outer to inner corner, and then tapering it in my wing in, so I won't cover the whole lid with this green. And I'm just gonna work it lightly and start blending with this inside, blending it inward, so I won't extend it too much. So I have a nice winged shadow, but in a very soft way. It's going to lift my eyes a lot, and even it's a very quick makeup, it's going to make me look more awake. And then for the highlight, I'm going to use a color that is very similar to my skin tone, and in a matte shadow, just because I don't want anything flashy or too shimmery for the daytime. I just want to look more awake, and I want to look put together, but not too much. And I have the basic shape. Now with the very tip, I'm going to use a dark brown. I'm going to remove the excess, and I'm going to trace the lash line, also in a wingy way, but very soft and blended. And then I'm going to continue to my lower lash line, just very lightly. Okay, so usually after the whole day out and about of the office, I don't know, you might find that you have an oily T-zone or an oily skin overall. So what you have to do is just, before doing the makeup that I'm going to do from day to night, what I like doing is blotting the excess oils with a tissue, and then applying a lightweight powder. Because if I put a powder that has a high coverage, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a layer of gunk on my skin. So I just blot it and apply like this high definition powder by e.l.f. This is very good for blotting, and because it only mattifies the skin and doesn't leave residue or another extra layer of gunk, as I said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same palette, and I'm going to be applying darker colors. I'm going to be using a light green on this area right here, and I like using damp color for a more intense and metallic finish just for the night. And I'm gonna keep using the same sponge tip applicator. I'm just going to dampen it with a baby wipe. You can use any kind of wet ones or any kind of wipe that you have in hand. A little bit of water maybe, or a tissue with some water in it. You can also use eye drops just to get it a little bit damp. So basically what I'm going to do is just darken it, darken the area. So for this inner part, or the middle part that is, I'm going to be using the damp shadow that I use for the outer corner on the day look. So it's a green, it's a medium green. And then for the outer corner, I'm going to be using a darker color, which is a brown. I'm going to use a brown this time, and it's going to be the same color that I used for my lash line in the first look. So I won't get a lot of residue or fallout. And very gently, I'm going to be emphasizing more the outer corner. And it's going to look very nice on top of the green that I had already applied. It's kind of showing through, so it's getting into a very interesting color. And I'm going to blend into the green that I just put in the middle, but just patting. As you can see, I'm just patting. I'm not even swiping or anything. And it's very important to keep one side very clean so I can blend the edges with that. So what I do is I just kind of clean it up, and then on my dry hand I'm going to rub it so I won't have any tackiness, so I can blend better. You know, the more damp it is, the applicator or brush is, it's going to, the shadow is going to get tackier. So this is an easy way to blend like that. As you can see, it's perfectly blended. And now I'm going to deepen my crease using a black. This is a black, matte black that comes in this palette too. And I'm going to emphasize the crease. Emphasize. Applicators gives you a lot of control on where you're applying color. I'm not going to go all the way in. I'm just going to leave it maybe 2/3 do my lash line now. If it's for the lash line, I recommend that you dampen the tip of the applicator. It's going to last longer. And also, I'm going to do my lower lash line just like that. And if you apply your base to your lower lash line, it's going to last longer. If you want to, and you have a liner on hand, you can also line for the inner rim of the eye. Now with the clean side of the applicator, I'm going to be using like a pearl color. I'm going to apply it to my from this inner part of the eye, all the way up. I'm going to highlight with that. Now for your lashes, what I suggest is that you, in the first place, you don't start applying a mascara that is too volumizing, because if you get any powder shadow on them, on your lashes, it's going to look very thick and clumpy if you try to put some more coats of your mascara. But if you have no choice and you use your volumizing mascara, just use one coat. So now that I'm going to apply the second coat for the day, I'm just going to do it very lightly, trying to cover any dusty residue that I might have gotten by sweeping my lids with the shadows. Another recommendation that I have is that you always keep with you an old toothbrush, a spoolie, or whatever in your purse, because sometimes when you retouch your makeup with the powder and all that, you get like dusty lashes, and they look awful. Sometimes we can even get dusty hairline, and if you have one of these on hand, you can look very clean and pristine at all times, even when you put your powder on top. So, yeah. Also, I don't like at night being too pale, and the blush is very important to retouch your blush. So what I'm gonna do right now, you can keep a small blush brush in your purse just in case. Right now, I look so pale because I apply the powder. So I'm going to use a pinky kind of tone. It's not as earth tone as the one that I used in the first place. Sometimes lighting on those places where we go frequently at night, like restaurants and all that, that kind of lighting tends to make us look like dead. So a little bit of pink blush won't hurt. A little bit of pink looks healthier than earth tones. It'll make us look ashy. If you can add a highlighter like the e.l.f. bronzer in, this is Luminance, and I like it a lot. I put it on top of my cheeks. Maybe a more sparkly lip gloss or lip color. I'm going to leave you with the pictures for the before and after. It was really quick, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, bye-bye.